What's up everybody? Today we're going to be going over how to do the frontside crook. I feel like I've now finally built enough confidence to teach you guys this trick. And if you guys are not ready for this trick, I did do a crook trick tip. I'll make sure I leave it in the description. The link will be there. And you know what? I'll make sure to have it play after this video. But like I was saying, I think I figured out the simplest way to learn this trick. So the things we're going to be covering though in this video is going to be how to lock into the grind, hold the grind, and get out of the grind. So if you want to skip to any of those parts, feel free. Otherwise then, let's get into it. Before I even try to actually roll into this trick, I'm always just going to stall it. So this trick is kind of funny. With crooked grind tricks, usually a lower ledge sometimes can be harder to ollie in and lock this trick. Just because it's so much lower and you're popping so much higher onto it, kind of makes it sketchy. So sometimes learning this on a higher ledge can be easier, just because you're not going to be slamming down as hard. So when you're learning this trick, obviously learning how to nose grind definitely kind of helps. Learning how to front nose kind of helps. Honestly, it's like doing a nose grind with a frontside nose pressure point, just like on the big toe, but we'll get into that. So right now, when you're learning how to ollie into it, literally stand right next to the obstacle and just try to ollie in. And we're not trying to get into a full pinch right away. We're honestly just trying to get into like a crooked nose stall. I feel like learning how to ollie into it this way makes it a little less scary. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. And then when you're standing in it, you actually start to like fall into the front crook. So I'll show you guys what that looks like from behind. The other thing I do want to mention is if you are learning this trick, maybe actually practice it on an unwaxed ledge. A waxed ledge can either help you or kind of hinder you. Kind of depends. You might just feel more comfortable trying it on an unwaxed ledge, just in case you do get into the grind or the pinch a little bit quick and you don't expect it and you shoot out. At the same time, if you treat it really slow, it can also help you. So once you learn how to kind of get into it the easy way like this, you'll notice you'll start like kind of falling into the actual front pinch, and let it happen. See, if you're actually feeling a little uncomfortable ollieing into it, the best way you can do is just put your board up to the obstacle, stall it, and see what it feels like. So, for example, look, I'm just going to stand on the nose grind like this, and it's pretty chill. Now when I move it back to the actual front crook pinch mark, you'll start noticing you're putting all the pressure now on your big toe. Originally up here, it's kind of all like near your pinky toe, but once you feel it kind of sliding into that front crook, all that pressure's on the big toe. Definitely go up to the obstacle, stall it, and see what it feels like. I also just want to kind of add in right now, I'm pretty parallel to the ledge, and my foot positioning is looking like this. So my foot's heavy on the tail like I'm going to ollie, and I'm still like in a nose grind position. So now, before we actually start holding the grind or anything, I want to bring up learning how to slappy front crook can really benefit you. I honestly didn't feel that comfortable doing this trick until I mastered the frontside slappy crook. There's a few reasons why the slappy front crook really helps you. First thing it kind of helps is that you're already in the foot positioning. You'll kind of learn where your feet should be. The second thing it helps with is holding the grind. Since you're already in the foot positioning, you can really focus on just holding the grind as long as you can. I'm not going to go into a full tutorial about how to do slappy frontside crook, but I will show you guys kind of the basics. With the slappy front crook, I'm gonna already be in the foot positioning. Big toe is gonna be kind of all the way on the other side of the board. There's a little bit, honestly, of the nose that hangs out, I feel like, when I front crook. Like that's kind of my front foot position. Back foot is just kind of over the bolts a little bit right there. I only see my two back bolts kind of hanging out. And when you approach this, obviously you're gonna be in the front crook position. The difference between the curb though and the ledge is the curb, you're gonna approach it more at an angle. Like we're gonna be approaching this as if we were gonna be hitting a quarter pipe, like this. And on the ledge, you're gonna approach it way more parallel. So those are the two differences from the curb and the ledge, but pretty much getting the grind, holding the grind, all that is pretty much the same thing. So you're in your foot positioning right now, you're gonna get up to the curb and you're gonna go and you're gonna hold that big toe as hard as you can so you can really stay in that front crook position. And it's funny, this trick, the more you try to like steeze it out with your back foot, it really helps, honestly. It's like one of those things, it's like kind of dramatic to do, but it really helps the trick. I don't know if it's just because of your weight and it helps push you back or something, but it does help. Try to steeze it out for fun, one of them, and you'll see what I mean. So I'll show you guys a few little grinds. So that was pretty much it. This curb's not very waxed right now. It's pretty much kind of dried out in the sun, but you guys get the idea. The next thing I do want to point out though is how I came out to fakie. Doing this trick, all your body weight will for some reason push you that way, and that kind of makes you hold the grind longer, but actually going out to fakie is easier. Now we've left the curve and now we are back to the main ledge. We're back here because I want to talk about holding the grind a little bit more. This might sound scary, but trust me, this is kind of a key that really helped me learn front crooks, and it was wax. I know that sounds crazy and silly maybe, but trust me, if you're going to be learning this trick like on a skate park ledge that has metal, just put a little bit of wax on it, not a ton obviously, even like kind of up here too, like where your nose scrapes. You don't realize how much your nose actually scrapes on a front crook. Pretty much what I'm gonna say is like really start slow, like really slow. Because if the ledge is really buttery, all you have to do is practice stalling like we talked about in the beginning. So if you can comfortably stall on the obstacle, and if it's wax, all you need is a little bit of speed to get comfortable holding that grind and actually grinding it. This is a technique that honestly I do all the time, especially when I'm doing a front crook on something new. I honestly don't want to put any more wax on this thing, but trust me, it's buttery. You can probably tell how much wax is on it. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to go really slow and just stall into it. And you can kind of see there, right? I kind of just did my stall. I actually grinded a tiny little bit and then I came out to fakie. It was pretty chill. And so I'll honestly do this all the time and just kind of build my confidence and go a little bit faster each time until I'm doing more of the grind. So pretty much what I'm saying is that wax can honestly like really help you, especially when you're learning a new trick like this. Yeah, it can be slick and kind of sketch, but also at the same time can be kind of sick and helps, you know? I don't know, that's kind of how I unlocked holding my grinds a little bit longer. Now that we pretty much talked about getting into the grind, holding the grind, we gotta talk about coming out of the grind. Coming out of crooked grinds is kind of difficult. I'm not gonna lie, it's not the most easy or most normal thing to do. So there are a few things to learn how to get out of this grind. The first thing I wanna talk about is going front crook to fakie, as you guys saw. Going to fakie, like I mentioned, was a lot easier. If you wanna practice it, literally stall on the obstacle and kind of just turn out. Treat it like a little nollie back 180. When I was learning this trick, I honestly didn't think about going back to fakie. I think my body wanted to go that way, but I wanted to pull out kind of going forward to regular and it just wasn't really working. So I kind of gave up on that trick, I feel. So definitely try learning it to fakie. You'd be surprised how easy it actually is. So the other two ways to come out of this trick is off the end or you pop out early. A good way to practice popping out early is kind of going back here and stalling this thing again. When you pop out early though, you want to make sure you're getting that full pinch. That little pinch will give you the leverage right here to kind of pop out of it. And so what I do to practice this is honestly stall on the ledge like I was saying. And with this one, you got to really pull your front shoulder out. Like you got to make sure you're looking forward as soon as you do this. But that's just a great way to practice it, is literally just kind of stalling, putting your board on there and kind of figuring out that leverage that you need to pull out of it. And the last way to get out of this trick is just coming off the end. Sometimes this is easy, sometimes it's not. You're gonna be doing a little combination of what I just showed you and a nollie off the bench. I mean nollie, you don't actually have to pop your nollie. You could just kind of do a nose manual off of it and still works. Even if you're having problems doing crook and popping off the end of the ledge, front crook, kind of same idea. Make sure the top of the ledge is not super waxed. This is super waxed, so I wouldn't suggest doing this. I'm gonna do it anyways, but if you're learning this, maybe don't do it with a lot of wax. But all we're gonna be doing is rolling off the ledge and just doing like a nose wheelie off. And as you saw, like I didn't pop off the nose, I literally just rolled off the nose. So when you're coming out of this trick, you want to do a little combination of that and pulling off of the ledge. Early, you could just go to the end and practice trying this. Whoa! But yeah, you get the idea. And when you pop out to regular, I swear it's actually easier with the momentum going forward from the grind. But hopefully those little pop out tips helped. All right, guys, that was the frontside crooked grind. It's definitely the way I learned the trick, so hopefully it can help you guys. The other thing I do want to leave you with is trying this trick on really everything. Being on different size ledges. I'm on a curved ledge, and I actually found the curved ledge really helps crooked grinds, especially the front crook. For some reason, it kind of sets you up and puts you in that right place. Pretty much what I'm saying is try it on all different obstacles. You might surprise yourself. So hopefully you guys can get your front crooks down. Comment and let me know what trick tip I should do next, and I'll catch you guys later.